Lastly, let's get into preparing for battle. Okay, you guys? We're going to finish up with mindset training. I call it, on occasion, soul strength and conditioning. Okay? Motivation for bringing us to the competition and the completion of the event. Look, these are pretty intense slides, a lot of words, and there's a lot of stuff to delve into really deep. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk about the heading, and I want you guys to either pause or go ahead and look at these slides both on the ebook, conditioning for competition, on the ebook, conditioning for competition, or on the handouts on the website. All right. In the ebook, we provide more stories too, and things that I do and have done to achieve this. All right. So the first part of soul strength and conditioning on the day of competition, on the weeks leading up when we're not working out as much, decide to change anything. Right. Take action. Actions bring you into the present moment, physically doing things. Decide to change something. Try supplements. Sleep a little bit more. Tweak your sleep and see how it works for you. But it refills your spirit. I want all you competitors to prepare for challenges. Prepare for them. It doesn't mean accept that there's only going to be challenge. No, you're here to have fun, but prepare for challenges. Instead of thinking as competition could be extremely challenging, prepare for the worst case scenario. That way, you're well prepared for it, of course, and if anything goes up, you're ready for it. I always encourage everyone. In fact, I tell some of my competitors when they're fighting, things are always going to go wrong the day of the fight. Okay, but we've prepared. Music tempers the beast within. Pretty self explanatory, right? This is about your environment and inviting well being into your environment. All right. And that's all that's about. It's about establishing your safety zone, right? It's about welcoming yourself and being there, happy, and able. Be comfortable. All right. So preparing for the worst case scenario is not being uncomfortable. It is being smart. Well, now we can also be comfortable. That means wear, the shirt that you wore at your last competition in the gym. It means dye your hair if you're that type of person, right? It means listen to the music that you find incredibly embarrassing on the way to practice, on the way to training, and establish some level of comfort. Okay? Go within. And what I mean is find the best part of you. All right? What I put here is that maybe you have to get dark. That is fun. Think about. But remember also, too, that you have to enjoy what you're doing or you want to. So enjoy the process, be in the moment, and take victories as much as you can. I can't emphasize that enough. So, week of competition, think about all you did to get there. Take the time to remember the victories. No one else will do it for you more than often than not. You have to, and those victories do add up. Remember that ego and gratitude don't exist. So when we are afraid to do something, we feel like training didn't go right, when we feel like injuries are piling up, when we feel like the last time negatively is going to play itself out again, barriers are going to come up again. No. Stop yourself and remember that's your ego. And instead, switch to just say in your mind out loud, but I'm thankful for being able to try. that immediately displaces ego, and it makes that egocentric thought, that fear, frankly, ridiculous. Imagery is a big one I like to have you guys imagine victory, what it feels like, who's there, what you would say in your shining moment. That could be called shining moment imagery also. I want you guys to eat. Okay, so eat foods that create energy because that heals. Eating foods that require energy leave you sluggish, sad. I'm referring to emotional energy because there's a thermal effect of eating. Like, eating does take energy, of course, but imagine like eating food that's very like fast food and it's very artificial. Your body, it's going to take a lot of energy to digest that. All that energy that it took to digest, that's less energy you have for being positive, inviting positivity. Pass. Might feel unhealthy, but nothing drains you more than feeling terrible. Choose what you eat. That's the way to combat that. Always, always, always find a way to choose what you eat. Even if someone else is cooking for you, you get to choose. When we don't, we often find that we're making a weaker choice, right? Sleep like a child, sleep like a baby, meaning sleep well. Don't skimp on your sleep. Think about how many hours it is you need and get those hours. It doesn't matter if for you it's 7.5 or 8.5. I put here 6. That might be a little Spartan, but honestly, if it's 5 or if it's really less than 6, I'm gonna guess that your eating habits are really poor. And you're finding ways to rest and sleep throughout the day that you might not even notice. But whatever that number is, 6.5, 7.5, get it every single day. Oh, and by the way, I do want to say that unless you're like a special forces op and you were taught to be sleep deprived, that's a whole different story. But most people do not function with less than 6 hours, no matter how much they think they do. Point blank, period. 20 years of doing this, I have never seen the contrary. Sleep reduces stress. Quality sleep helps you metabolize, and it increases your need and want for food, right? Sleep like a child, you guys. Positivity, you don't have to just walk in the room and be positive and start finger gunning people. What you can do instead, if you're having a hard time, is counter negativity. That's positive. Counter negativity. All right. You don't want to show up for practice. You don't want to show up for training. Think about what you are going to do instead. Okay. Maybe it's not a negative thing that you didn't want to participate that day. Think about how you're going to make it all easier. Think about what you're going to do to make it better. Think about the thing that you can do to bounce back. Begin your negative. You have a negative statement. Begin the next statement you make with the word but. I feel terrible today. I don't want to work out. But I know that I can really respond by eating better and making sure I'm getting proper sleep.